First Sunday of Lent, temptation of Jesus. Luke chapter 4, verse 12. Jesus said to the devil, "It is written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test." We face temptations all the time, but sometimes temptation comes from places we least expect. The devil uses scriptures when tempting Jesus with power and wealth. Of course, Jesus is wiser than the devil. Jesus does not take scriptures out of context like the devil does. Instead, Jesus quotes most scriptures to reveal the deeper meanings. Sometimes we might not realize that we are being tempted, and we convince ourselves that we are paying attention to the Bible. But are we listening to the deeper meaning that God has for us in the scriptures? In a recent survey, most Tanzanians stated that they believe prayer can cure HIV. What do we mean by this? Do we mean that we do not need to do anything to take care of ourselves? Or do we mean that prayer will give us the strength to take the medication that we need to live healthy lives? Are we making excuses not to help others? Or do we believe that prayer will change the hearts of people who carry stigma against those living with HIV? It is wonderful to pray and to have a lot of faith in God's power. But we also need to take responsibility for caring for other people and for the bodies that God has given us. If we are at the risk of getting HIV and we do not get tested, then we might be spreading the virus and making others sick. If we know we have HIV but choose not to take medication if it is available, then we are not taking responsibility for our families and communities who depend on us. God gives us many gifts, such as our lives and the gift of medicine. We should not test God. Rather, we should do our part to take care of our lives God has given us. God, grant us wisdom to recognize your voice, calling us to care for one another.